Let's roll. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. What's up? I wanted to bring you this video talking about confidence. I never had a lot of confidence growing up. I managed to get by and make it seem like I had all the confidence in the world, and I was so comfortable in my skin when I wasn't. So going back to when I was in primary school, I was a large kid. I was a very large kid. I had been very large all the way up until 3-4 years ago. Yeah, it's bullying, but he had tough skin type bullying, because it was bullying that came from your friends. It would be the people you chill with the most that would crack the fat jokes that got to my feelings. There was one moment that happened in about year 6. So I really liked PE, so I would always give my all in PE. I considered myself quite a fast runner. For a real fat girl, I was fast. I kept up. I won the races, you know what I mean? Sometimes when I ran too fast, I couldn't stop myself. It was a relay, which meant, I had to get there fast so my other teammate could run. So I was just like, blitz, boom, 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 2-2s. As I'm getting to the end, to my finish line, I wasn't slowing down, and there was another pupil in front of me and he didn't move. So basically we just the one person literally shouted, "Oh, you one day belly flop," and everyone just burst out laughing. And it was really embarrassing for me, one, because I had run into this boy. 2, I was really worried for him because he didn't get back up straight away. 3, I felt bad. 4, my teacher wasn't doing anything. She didn't do anything about the name calling. She tended to the boy that was that had been injured because he got up later and was participating in PE. And it was really getting to me, and I stormed out. I was bawling, and I was all just shouting this at me. How am I supposed to process this? No one's defending me. Everyone's laughing. What the fuck? What was I, an 11-year-old girl, supposed to do in that situation? Ultimately, from there, my self-esteem just went it died. I think that day was its burial day. So that happened. And everyone's getting into the little couples, doing cute primary school romance. I didn't have any of that because no one liked me, because I was just a big fat Yewande. I was cool enough to be your friend and have banter with, but people would be ashamed if someone insinuated that they fancied me or that I fancied them. It was that deep. Boys shattered me in primary school. I'm gonna be completely honest. I make it sound so big. We were 11 guys, chill out. That is the only male interaction I've had. So in my life, that's the only kind of interaction I've had with the opposite sex socially. And I go to an all-girls secondary school. There were girls who looked like me, there were girls who were as loud as me, there were girls who were bubbly like me. So we weren't worrying about boys, we weren't worrying about being checked for. Well, in my friendship circle, that's not what we were worrying about. So that helped me forget that insecurity and become the Yewande that people know and love, this loud, vibrant soul, happy-go-lucky girl. When I went to college, I was thrown back into the deep end, boys. It was the same thing as primary school. It was sad that my self-esteem depended so much on the reaction from the opposite sex. Thinking about it now really upsets me, because of where I am now, and I look back at who I was. I could have got here regardless, and it was reinforced when I got home. I wasn't hearing anything different when I got home. When I got home, I was hearing the same thing: you're fat. So dealing with that in the social and educational world, and then dealing with it at home, where was the space for my self-esteem to flourish? Please make it make sense. So I managed to like hold my own and put on this facade that I was okay, because I had become that loud bubbly person in secondary school. First year uni, yeah, everyone's roasting. So anything that comes is so anything that walks in front of someone's eyes, it's not like, they're not really checking for them too heavily. They just want to be. If a guy was talking to me, I'd just be like, oh, like, cool, like, so I am attractive. Like, as soon as I would realize their intentions, it would just shoot right back down, because then it would be like, okay, so you don't actually like me for me. Am I a crap person? Am I a crappy person? Like, what? Like, sometimes I would sit down and be like, what's wrong with me? Like, am I okay? What's going on? Do you see the contour? The cheekbone? Bah! There were no potentials. There were no possibilities. And there was no moving forwards. There were no talking stages for me. Because I was so insecure, if someone was being genuine at the time, I would never know. All the male interaction in my life has been negative, which is why on first initiation with being around guys, I was very awkward. That was my defense mechanism. I just automatically switch on the banter so that I don't have to deal with the nervousness or deal with feeling awkward. Oh my gosh, this is a therapy session. You know when you deep your own actions and you didn't actually do it before? Yeah. People used to actually like stop me on the street and be like, you're really pretty, you know, and I wouldn't believe it. I didn't believe it. I literally walked around majority of my life just believing I was this ugly person and that I had nothing to offer. That's so sad, man. I thought I was ugly and had nothing to offer. Wow. When I got into makeup, I thought that I was fixing the problem. Like, makeup makes me look different, so it makes me look buff. When the makeup came off, I didn't like what I saw, and I don't understand why, because I'm effing buff. When I look back at how I used to feel, I really wish I could just shake myself, you know, and just be like, sis, man. I felt I was ugly because I was overweight, so I did something about the weight, started losing the weight. When the weight was not as intense as it was, I was still feeling that way. I kept practicing makeup to get better at it. I still didn't feel hot. Like, for the next 2 years in uni, I was literally just going along in this limbo of insecurity. Wasn't until in my gap year, till recently, when I did the life update and the self-love video, it wasn't until then that I had really come to terms with who I am and who I can be and who I will be. God's not going to give me another face. God's not going to give me another body, because Lord knows I'm not paying for it. This is what we have to work with. You better like it, because there's actually nothing wrong with it. There's actually nothing wrong with it. So I do not see the problem. I'm quite vain right now. Like, at ATM, I'm quite vain. Any chance there's to look at myself in the mirror, best believe I'm gonna do it. Catch myself and I'm gonna be like, ooh, sauce, ooh, dripping, ooh, can I get some? It took a very long time, and it was just time to let it go. Anyone that is struggling with self-esteem and confidence, the people around you, do they have a part to play in making you feel good? What part do they play? Why? Consider the way you take compliments. When someone compliments you, do you let that affect you, and to what extent? Because I got so much negativity, I became extremely uncomfortable with compliments. So yeah, man, when it comes to confidence, basically just you do not listen to what people say. You need to believe that you're beautiful. Not just tell yourself, you need to believe it. You need to believe that you are smart. You need to believe you are kind-hearted. You need to believe that you are a great worker and an asset to anyone's life, company, system, all the above, okay? You are a gain in any factor. If this can make a few things in your head click and get you on your confidence journey, I really hope it does. So be it, baby girl. Ultimately, my confidence comes from within. My self-esteem is built from within. And only I can change or affect it, whether it be negative or positive. I've been talking for bare long. Yeah, I just wanted to share this, share this story. And to some people, this could be an explanation to why I was the way I was, Yeah. Just do you, boo. And be confident, because you are. And if you're not right now, you will be. Yeah. No, but come on. Let's not front. I look good. You cannot, fam. I'm not even asking you. I'm phrasing it as a question, but I'm not asking you. I'm confirming it. I have arrived. I ended the video over 2 minutes ago, and I'm still talking.